story time about when I messed up by claiming to be Jewish for 10 years. So 10 years ago, after a bad breakup, I decided to cheer myself up by getting back into tabletop gaming, a hobby I'd largely given up. I discovered meetup.com and responded to a handful of posts from people looking for new players for their games. But the first few I responded to weren't great. One of them was really far away, another one already had like 8 players, etc. So I started going into these events with the mindset that I very well may never see the people that I meet ever again. Flash forward to a post by a guy I'll call Derek, looking for people to join his D&D game. And Derek and the other guys who were there, let's call them Philip and Matthew, all seemed easy to get along with. So far, so good. Everything was going great until Matthew suggested we order pizza. So Philip looked up a place on his delivery app, we collectively decided what we wanted to get, and then Philip announced that the place had a special where we could get bacon as an additional topping for no cost. Ah, free bacon, the classic Jewish dilemma, I quipped. Matthew's expression immediately changed, and Derek said that I shouldn't make jokes like that because Matthew was Jewish. Now, I didn't mean to offend anyone with my stupid little joke, and I certainly don't have any ill will towards Jewish people in general or Matthew specifically. And I was still thinking that it was very possible that I never see these people again. Even if Derek and I did hit it off, what are the odds that Matthew, or for that matter Philip, will be back next week? So to smooth things over, I said that I was okay because I was also Jewish. I'm blonde and green-eyed, and generally speaking I look more like Nazi propaganda than the average Jewish person, but Matthew was visibly relieved and the tension dissipated, and I figured that was that. Except it wasn't. Derek invited me back the next week, and when a new player joined the group, Derek immediately told him that I was Jewish. Derek, Philip, Matthew, and the new player Jojo went on to become some of my closest friends. And Matthew keeps inviting me to temple and various Jewish events because somehow, despite living in NYC, I'm one of his only Jewish friends. 10 years later, our friendships are still going strong. Derek continues to tell everyone that we meet that I'm Jewish, and Matthew continues to invite me to cedars and temples and so forth. And now I'm in so deep that I've resorted to researching Jewish culture and history so that I can maintain the charade.
Story time about this girl who faked being Latina. So there was this girl who went to my school, let's call her Sarah. Sarah is the queen of lies. In every subject we talk about, Sarah always, and I mean always, comes up with a lie that has to do with her life. Here's an example. What if we're talking about Tom Holland? She'd just come in and say, oh yeah, Tom Holland is my dad's friend, I met him once. You know, these types of lies. Another one is when she told everyone she's Latina. It was lunchtime in school, and we were talking about where we went for the summer. Sarah tells us that she went to Spain, and she started telling us on what she did there, and says that she's 50% Latina. She also said that she lived in Spain for 6 years, and if there is any person who lived in Spain for 6 years, they must know how to speak Spanish. And then my friend Kayla asked her what does good morning mean in Spanish. We all know it's buenos dias. She just...
Am I wrong for shaving my head before my cousin's wedding? My cousin Delaney, 24 female, is getting married soon, and I, 13 female, was asked to be the flower girl in her wedding. Oh, that's a big flower girl. I know I'm a bit old for it. Oh, I'm just sorry. There's no age limit on flower girls. I know I'm a bit old for it, but I'm the youngest girl on that side of the family. Around a month ago, after being asked to be the flower girl, I was diagnosed with anaplastic endymoma, grade 3. I started chemotherapy and my hair started falling out pretty quickly. I called Delaney and asked her what the hell I was supposed to do about my hair, and she told me that it would be fine and to just leave it alone as long as I could. We all knew my hair was probably not going to last till the wedding day, and my brother ordered me a wig online. The wig looked a lot like my actual hair. My hair continued coming out in clumps and was getting extremely tangled and was just really uncomfortable. No one ever told me that losing my hair would be physically painful. Eventually, a couple of days before the bridal shower and rehearsal dinner, they happened to be on the same day, nearly half of my hair had come out, and I was so sick of the hot mess that my hair had become that I just cut off all my hair. The day of the rehearsal dinner, I wore my wig so that Braylon, the family friend that Delaney had asked to be her hairstylist, could figure out how to style it. Delaney walked in as Braylon was showing me how to use wig glue and absolutely lost it. She asked me why I didn't have hair, and I told her, I have cancer, I lost my hair. But she kept berating me, and eventually I admitted that I had shaved my head because of how awful my hair looked. She called me a selfish brat and said that I didn't have her permission to do... Ugh, this sentence is gonna piss you guys off. She called me a selfish brat and said that I didn't have her permission to do anything drastic with my hair before her wedding. Oh my god, this girl is crazy. I'm so sorry you have to go through that. I don't know why people dictate how people should do their makeup and hair and stuff like that when it comes to weddings. I don't care. As long as you're in the color scheme, I don't care what you guys do with your hair, with your makeup. As long as, like, oh my god, bridezilla to the max. I'm so sorry.
This. The other day, a customer came up to me and he's like, hey, I think this is broken. It's way too light. It's leaking. And I was like, okay, I'll take a look at it. I took a look. I grabbed the item. You know what the item was? It was canned air. It was air in a can. Okay, and he was like, yeah, it's broken. I looked back at him and I was like, oh wait, no, it's just air in a can. There's nothing but air. It's not supposed to be heavy or anything. And he looks back at me and he's like, are you trying to scam me into buying something that's broken? And I was like, what am I supposed to say to that? I was like, oh, no, there's nothing else but air. It's not supposed to be heavy. It's not broken or anything. And he looks back at me and he's like, I'm gonna go somewhere where they don't try to get me to buy broken things. And he walked away. He walked away. Like, what am I supposed to say? It was air in a can. It was canned air.